I almost forgot to mention this institution quoted. So this is the so-called Chamber of Notaries. I don't know if I can what would be translation. So Notary Chamber, okay, I don't know, something like Bar Association of Serbia, or Chamber of Lawyers. So this is their website, and they're deeply involved in cover-up of monstrous murders of my family through her member. Bojana Babić. She's also heavily protected by YouTube and Google, and this is, I think, the most important video on how she tried to, so that notary from Smederevo city in Serbia, she tried to give my whole property to monstrous murder of my family, with help of courts, prosecution, and the one who was behind that. So she gave up. Actually, courts and prosecutions gave up. So not one, but more than one. They gave up after I contacted United States Embassy and FBI. I explained everything in videos related to this piece of shit, Bojana Babić. So I'm about to create another video on her, latest video on email I sent to her and other notaries in Smederevo. But before that, I need to create video on that chamber of notaries, that they did nothing when she was trying to give. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention who that monster who murdered my family is. This is that monster and degenerate. This is her sister, who guaranteed for her. So she brutally murdered 3 members of my family, poisoned them for years one by one, and also poisoned 3 kids, children of my brother, in order to intimidate them. So not to intimidate them, not to visit my father, their grandfather, and to, when school is when there is no school during summer and winter, and they will prevent, if they did so, they will prevent her from poisoning my 3 members of my family. They would be a burden for her, of course. So this is a major scandal. YouTube is trying to block me by every possible way, and I need to mention something unbelievable that just happened like 2 hours ago. So YouTube decreased my views in real time. So in real time, and it can be seen in this another video, that they messed up within that period, after that and before that. So this is about this video. That was the subject, I think, of these 4, yeah. So this video is subject of these 4 videos, this, and this. And while I was checking out what's happening, I noticed that so I recorded YouTube decreasing my view in real time. So they decrease it in real time. There are a lot of videos on decreasing my views. So I'm not going into details on that. So once I finish with introduction, I can go straight to showing emails I sent to this piece of shit. So there were these 2 email threads. This is, as can be seen in other videos. After this there was just a forwarding. So this is the one who initiated the email thread. As it can be seen, it's not me, so I just forwarded other emails to them. So let's see, first one. So I informed them, I forwarded this when I contacted other notary, Aleksandar Makaljević, in that same city. So there are only two, Bojana and this guy. I needed some information on my father allegedly signing some contract. He didn't answer, but this woman Bojana answered, notary. So this is when I contacted them, and I also contacted them, forwarded that email, another email to notary Bojana. She just confirmed actually that she received my emails. I don't know. Well, she didn't confirm that that my father had signed anything. So fast forward to the 10th of September 2019, when I started fighting her attempt to give my whole property to that monster who murdered my family. So I'm not going into details, because I explained in a lot of videos related to this monster, Bojana. So I'm just showing this is Belgrade Prosecution of Appeals. They confirmed they received my email, so on and so on. Then they again confirmed it, and so on and so on. So they just were confirming that they received it, and they are one of the prosecution offices which were pretending nothing was happening when this notary and court, elementary court of Smederevo, was trying to steal my whole property. So the main figure in that is president of that court, Dragan Rogan, and another one is Judge Dejan Adamović, who was in charge of inheritance proceedings of my father. And what would happen is, if they succeeded, I would not have any place to go, because I was living in Novi Sad city in Serbia, and I rented that apartment. So if they succeeded, I would not have any place to go. I would be homeless. So again, after I contacted, as shown in videos related to this scandal, after I contacted first a United States Embassy, reminding them that United States federal government is at the top of Jeffrey Epstein scandal, international children sex trafficking, prostitute ring. So that was the whole operation. And then I contacted FBI. They gave up. So that was on 19th of September, as far as I remember. Yeah. So again, everything is explained in those videos that I mentioned about notary and judges. So I forwarded all emails I sent up to this point. So this should be the first, September 13th. Yeah, 10:47. Yeah. So I forwarded all the emails to them. even the ones before this happened. So this was the first, actually starting from the first mail, from the beginning of the thread. So 14th of August 2018, 11:12, which is it's not. Why? Well, this is not included. I don't know for what reason. Yeah, it's not. Okay, it's just about Bora Babic. Okay, so I forwarded everything to them. I have video on this piece of shit, so-called protector of citizens. So I'm not going to. What was the keyword of that video? This is Ombudsman. Yeah, this is actually Ombudsman. So that's the video. That's the video related to those pieces of shit from Ombudsman or whatever it is called. So I'm not going to explain them here because I explained everything in that video I showed. So another email to that monster Bojana Babic. She never answered afterwards. And the second thread. Oh yeah, I forgot to see the date. So September 13th of September. And the second one. So these are emails I sent them. Separate thread. 12th, 13th. This was after that email from the other thread. 13th, 15th, and they answered on 18th of September. Okay, that would be the end of the thread. So briefly to explain what this whole thing is about. So general questions about those pieces of shit from notaries. I mean, so another they are basically private companies because these are private parties, notaries. That's private firm. So I asked some explanations regarding notaries, their prices, because they're way higher than the court, because they're doing some things that are related to courts, like inheritance proceedings, certification of the of contracts, stuff like that. And I gave my example that their claims or claims of the one who established them, that they are making sure everything is all right from legal side point of view, legal side is incorrect. So this is my own experience explained here. I'm not going into details. So next one, they refused to confirm they received my email. So it was, I started writing from since 10th of September. Yeah, so I asked them here to confirm that I need to send my request using regular email, although email is sending email is according to the law. It's not against the law. So there is a law on e-signature, and also law on criminal proceedings mentions that crime report can be sent by email. You cannot get more important than that. So I mentioned here that they will not solve a single thing with ignoring me, and this is international crime case, international organized crime case, ignored also by Interpol. And I gave them my Twitter. Congratulations, you just became co-conspirators because you are intentionally are ignoring me. So these were these two answers from them, and I just need to see what's this. So this what's this on my part. So yes, so I confirmed here. Sorry, I asked them why my case is not case of an emergency. I explained, I sent them what Bojana Babic did, and why she is not punished by any means. And some more details on her, on what she was trying to do. And again, I asked them to confirm that they received my email. This is their second email and their first answer. By the way, there is no person who is in charge, no signature, nothing here as well, which they're doing when which is done by not just state institutions but by any company, person, and so on, when they are doing something illegal. When somebody is doing something illegal, they will try, first thing that they will try to avoid signing everything they send. So what they say here, actually I can translate this. So this also has to do with email from that other thread. First one. Okay. Regarding the interpretation of the notary public tariff, we inform you that notary public is an act of the Minister of Justice. Yeah, right. This Minister of Justice is real piece of shit. Some Cigani moron. Former. She's not anymore. Real stupid Cigani moron. Stupid bitch and piece of shit. And the Notary Chamber of Serbia, yeah, as an association whose competence are prescribed by the law. No, notary public is not okay. So that chamber as the association whose competences, well, I cannot say competences, but they're what they are in charge of are determined by law notaries. So according to that law, they are not authorized to interpret the or explain prices on notaries work. So this is what they said. Basically nothing, didn't mention mentioned nothing about. So they only mentioned the price, nothing about any other thing I mentioned in my video. And the second is some rubbish. They are invoking the law, but not the specific parts, article, and so on and so on. Yeah, there is actually a DA article. Yeah, so they are doing the same thing as other state institutions. In the first place, DA prosecution offices and the courts and police. They are, so she invoked here the law, I don't know how to translate this. So again, I need to close my windows because I have problems with not enough memory. My other machine is broken. I have a powerful machine, but it's broken. I don't have time to take care of that. So the law non-litigation procedure. Okay, so she actually stated what. So she was invoking two articles, 30E and 30. This is J, as in Asia. That court is in charge of everything related to inheritance proceedings. That is given to case of inheritance proceedings given to notary, and if notary is doing something wrong, court is in charge of that. However, this is true. So because court is so this last sentence, so because court is in charge, the chamber of notaries is not in charge. This is true. This is true, and this is what all the other institutions that I mentioned are doing. So they are acting as if this is regular case. So this is not regular case. This is crime. These are crimes, frauds, obstruction of justice, and everything else. By the way, I created a list of crimes. A list of crimes that everyone committed. Very important one. Very important video. So in this case, what they should have done, according to the law on criminal proceedings, Article 280, paragraph 1, they should have reported this. So some incognito member of this chamber, they should have reported this to to prosecution in charge, or just to the police, because police and prosecution and even court, which I also explain in one of the videos. So is it ex officio? No. File crime report. Yeah, I explained here what is done when court, police, or prosecution office not in charge, when they receive, what is done when these three institutions receive the crime report. So what they should have done, that incognito, and we see here the
incognito.
Incognito, okay, I was close. So first and once concealed, this is true. Okay, so incognito. So incognito, this incognito member who is hiding his or her identity because they are doing, this is illegal, this is a crime, what they are doing in the first place. This is not reporting a crime, and obstruction of justice, and a lot of other crimes which I described in that video I just showed on list of crimes. And by the way, it's international, because I also mentioned Interpol in that email from first email thread. So that was the end of our communication. And again, she's right, and all other institutions, especially DA, Police Internal Affairs, I need to mention them as well. So what? So Major of Police Internal Affairs, Special Unit or Special Office or Special Department. This is very interesting. All the videos related to her. So she also did the same thing as all the other institutions. They are pretending that this is a regular case. It's not brutal breaking of multiple laws, even international laws. So really stupid trick they are using, really extremely stupid, as if I'm a moron. I have more education than all of them together combined, which doesn't mean that I'm special by any means. I mean, that sounds stupid. Doesn't mean that I'm special by any means, but anyways, you got my point. That doesn't mean I'm special. It just means that I have way more credibility than they do. And not just education, because education without applied knowledge is shit. Sorry for rude word. So this is a fact. So there is my CV, of course, video on my CV with international references. with the most, yeah, here it is, with the, I was working one of the most complex field in computer science, which is, computer science is the most complex field today. So I was working the most complex field, working on for high rollers in the industry, like Samsung, and so on and so on. They don't have a single international reference or any serious reference. Domestic doesn't matter, nothing, and they are trying to make a fool of me. This piece of shit, and they are now hiding their identity. So, okay, I think that should be all. I just wanted to mention them in a separate video, because I think I mentioned them in that one or more videos on that piece of shit notary Bojana Babic. And again, I need to create this. I forgot to create it, but I especially need to create this now, because I'm about to record new video on now these two notaries, so not just Bojana Babic but also Aleksandar Mukaljević. I sent them email on something related to monstrous murders of my family. They haven't answered, so this is why I'm creating this video, and I guess that's it.